Wrong room. Gomen bah. There we go. Hello, my starlings. Good morning. It's lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for stopping into my writing stream. This is the first one I've ever done. But it is going to fall into the pop-up stream category. So, I'm just saying I'm going to be doing some writing today. And if you'd like to write with me, or if you'd like to program or write some music or whatever project that you have going on, this is just a nice little time where we can concentrate together and get some stuff done. And also feel free, if you don't have any projects going, to socialize. Have fun, meet new people, all right, my starlings? Now let me just get some music going. We're going to do some Minecraft lo-fi today. It's very soothing. We're actually writing one of my novels today, one of my light novels, Chippy Night. And it's a bit rough, admittedly, but you know, I usually edit like most of my stuff at the end over and over again until I get something that I actually like. But you know, we're just doing the rough draft today. Oh, Jordan-san, hello, my starling. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. How are you? As you can see, we're just doing a little pop-up writer stream today. Let me put myself over here. And let me put myself right there. There we go. Now then, let me see. By the way, if anyone has any redeems, I'll get to them after my writing sprint. We're doing a 15-minute... refresh, please, por favor. Yes. Kudasai. There we go. We're doing a 15-minute writer sprint. Wish me luck. By the way, you may hear... I voice act out like the lines that I'm writing just to make sure they sound like the character, and sometimes like I read stuff aloud. I'm just saying, like, prepare for random muttering. I'm good. How are you, Yukano? I'm glad you're doing good, Jordan-san. I'm doing well. Woke up this morning, had a nice breakfast, had my leftover chipotle. Very spicy. I love it. And of course I have a nice accompanying chai tea frap here. So I'm just saying I am doing well this morning. A little sleepy though. I woke up at 1 o'clock and I'm like, ugh. So don't mind me if I sound a little sleepy. Let's see. Shattering glass jarred the prince out of his spiral of self-loathing. It also made him aware of other sounds that had escaped his attention up until now. Was that screaming? What in the 12th hell is going on in there? You see, I don't like that. That's unnecessary. What in the 12th hell is going on? That sounds more like him. He found Coco standing outside the bathroom door, a distraught expression pinching her elegant features. What are you doing out here? Because that girl's gotten water everywhere, my liege. It was a fight of my life just to keep these clothes dry. It's a real battle in there. The prince noted the bundle cradled protectively in her arms. It appeared to be a long nightgown. The young man cleared his throat, shifting his eyes away out of decency. Oh, Pura-san! Hello, Pura-san. Unholy screeching. Why are we screeching unholily? Is that a word? I'm a writer. You would think I would know that. But how are you doing, Pura-san? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I've decided not to do 15 minutes stints. I'm just going to do what I want to do. Let's see. The young man cleared his throat, shifting his eyes away out of decency. That's unnecessary. Shifting his eyes out of decency. I'm stressed and full of rage. Why are you full of rage, Pura-san? The young man cleared his throat, shifting his eyes. Alright, fine. That's necessary. The English language is not ready for that shortening yet. The young man cleared his throat, shifting his eyes away out of decency. Okay, that works. I see that, but I fail to see the problem with... The prince stumbled upon a startling realization. He didn't even know his new knight's name. Is she afraid of water? Aha, you should be italicized. Is she afraid of water? Coco sighed, shifting the load she was holding shifting uncomfortably. Yes. My starlings, you have to find ways to shorten stuff. This is a light novel, not a novel. It lends itself to a very specific style. And you don't want to... How do you say it? You want to make it so that it flows. Like a babbling brook. Like a nice, soothing, calm river. It cannot be all clumped up together like a classic novel. It's got its own way of being. Coco sighed, shifting uncomfortably. You see, that works better. In like a week, I have to move and don't have a place yet. Pyora-san! You've got to find a place. You've got to find your shell. Oh my goodness. To crawl into. I hope you find it soon, my starling. Oh my gosh, I'd be more than stressed out, okay? I'd be losing my heckin' hair. I'd be pulling it. Hey, when I get stressed out, I do pull my hair a little bit. I'm just saying, my starlings. I've tried to break the habit. At least I haven't done that since college. Let's see, but I hope you find a place soon, Pyora-san. Oh my gosh. They're all out of budget. Oh no. Oh, Pyora-san. I mean, this is going to sound crazy, but have you ever considered van life? I've been watching van life videos, like in RV videos. I'm like, I think this could be the future. Honestly. Whoever actually makes a parking lot, like not a parking lot, but like a park that is for parking, like in the middle, like just outside of city limits, specifically for RVs, like a luxury park. Like, wait, they already have those. They already have those. Okay, I'm like 20 years behind in opportunity. I could have made a lot of money. Oh well, born too late. Found a one bedroom for almost $2,000. Oh, I can't legally drive. Oh, Pyora-san, that's actually okay. Some people actually hire like other people to move, like their RV homes. Like it's crazy. There's a whole business for that. They actually like they got the RV like that goes in the back. You know, the one that you drag behind a truck, but they don't have a truck or they can't drive. Or they don't have a driver's license. And so they hire people who specifically their job is to hitch it up and then they move it to a new location if it needs to move. It's crazy the kind of businesses. Oh, that's okay. That's my alert. I'm like, wait, someone else in? Oh my gosh. But yeah, someone actually like they make like $50 a move. Like that's awesome. All right, let's see. I don't think the girl is afraid of water, my lord. I just don't think the poor thing's ever, well, had a bath before. The prince's pale skin turned an interesting shade of green. The fact that a person could be covered in years of caked-on grime had never occurred to him. Everything in his stomach threatened to recoil. A yelp. Maybe I did that too abruptly. You know what? The word recoil shouldn't be here. Everything in his stomach threatened to, being cut off is better. Threatened to, a yelp rung out from the other side of the door. Coco dropped everything, gripping her regent's wrist like a lifeline. Prince, you mustn't. Mustn't needs to be bolded. Snapping out of it, the young man snatched his hand back as if burnt. He was a gentleman. And no matter how his new knight was acting at the moment, she was still a lady. I would do well to remember that. Aha, italicized. Just like he would do well to walk away. Just like he would do well to walk away. Is that smooth enough? I would do well to remember that. Just like he would do well, just like he knew. Just like he knew that it would do well to walk away. No. I must say, my starlings, half of a writer's job. We literally have to retool sentences over and over again till they flow like butter. And I'm like, I must find the right way of saying this. It's like a puzzle. Oh, health-wise, I'm not even allowed to own a vehicle. Oh, Pura-san, I'm so sad to hear that. Oh, my goodness. Why is everything so expensive? Apartments, like studio apartments especially, have no right to be this expensive. There should be a limit. To tell you the truth, my starlings, I actually live with my parents. Now, I had a place at one time. A long, long time ago. I mean, I was just like... Goodness, I'd actually made a deal to get this place, and it was a super deal as well, like with a really, really old guy who doesn't live in Florida anymore. And I actually got him to give me super low, and I said, I won't disappoint you, sir. I said, I will make sure. I said, come hell or high water, I said, I will never miss a payment. And he took me up on it, and I have it. I didn't miss a payment. But the thing is, though, my starlings, is that I got sick. I got horribly sick, and so I had to move back in with my parents so that they could monitor my health, and I've been here ever since. To tell you the truth, there's really no shame, like, in not living alone, my starlings, because humans are social animals anyways. And if you have, like, poor health, you know, it's good to live with other people just to make sure that if you pass out, you know, like, it won't be a few days before someone finds you. They can get you to a hospital in time. Once I move out of the country, I'll be happy. Ah, Pura-san, that's right. Let's see, you said that you got married just recently, right? Oh, my goodness. Let's see. And they're out of the country. Just like he knew that it would do well to walk away. No. Doesn't work either. Just like... I would do well to remember that. Just like he would do well... Okay, it's the only way it works. To just walk away. But just is in the front. Let me take it off the front. I would do well to remember that. Like he would do well to just walk away. Like does not fit me there. I taught in college you're not supposed to put like in front of things. Just is the only thing that works there. Just as he. Just as he would do well. Just as he would do well to walk away. I don't like that either. I may take out the entire sentence. I would do well to remember that. Just like he would do well to turn around. Yes. Turn around and walk away. Just like he would do well to turn around and walk away. I'm getting there. It's not quite the right flavor. I'll read the two sentences together. Snapping out of it, the young man snatched his hand back as if burnt. He was a gentleman, and no matter how his new knight was acting at that moment, she was still... That needs to be italicized. That could be the whole thing, ruining everything. You'd be surprised. She was still a lady. I would do well to remember that. Just like he would do well to turn around and walk away. See, I want to put just in the front. But then again, I'm not in college anymore. You can't tell me what to do, teach. Like he would do well to just. Like he would do well to just turn around and walk away. I would do well to remember that. Just like he would do well to turn around and walk away. I still don't like it, my starlings. We're gonna have to come back to that sentence. Let's see. It was commonplace to let his maids handle this tiring ordeal. That's what the servants were there for, after all. to fulfill their one true purpose, to live and die for the crown. The royal's eye twitched with irritation. Those vulgar words rumbling through his head were spoken in a despicable tone that he knew only too well. Their presence alone... alone is it's not a good word for that. Their very presence. The royal's eye twitched with irritation. Those vulgar words rumbling through his head were spoken in a despicable tone that he knew only too well. Their very presence caused a cold dread to frost up the corners of his heart. But there was one thing hot enough to thaw it, the resolve that those words were not his own. Blue eyes grew steely. His boots locked firmly in place, he would not be moved. Not 1 inch. In the battle for his mind, the prince swore daily that his brother would not win. Let's see. More or less, she's on the east coast of the U.S. So desu ka. Oh, so she's on my side. I'm just saying, the east coast is an interesting place. Unlike the west, it's getting like copious amounts of wildfires right now. We seem to have raging storms, but that's every year. Nothing new. Oh. Kanui-san, we don't do that here. Oh, Olivia! Thank you so much for following me, my starling! Oh, by the way, my name is Yukano. It's very lovely to meet you, dear. Oh, I just noticed my alerts aren't working. That's a shame. Hold on a minute. Oh, and by the way, Olivia-san, this is a writing stream, but the thing is that it's like an everything stream. If you want to socialize, or if you want to like work on your own projects. I mean, what are you up to? Like, what are you doing? Do you want to write? Do you want to make videos? Do you want to write music? Do you want to program? Do you want to paint something or draw something? Practice your sculpturing? Whatever you want to do, this is a wonderful stream to join in and do it. Shoot for the stars with me, my starling. All right. Yeah, my sound alerts seem to be a little borked. Let me try reloading. No, that's not it. That's not it either. How dare. That's not it either. There it is. There we go. That was the problem. I think I fixed it. You know what? If a stream is not scuffed, is it really a stream after all? It's barely a stream at all if it's not scuffed. All right, back to it. Let's see. Not 1 inch. In the battle for his mind, the prince swore daily that his brother would not win. Speaking of battles, Chibi landed one of her own. Literally. Her clothes were ripped off before she was dropped into a steaming hot cauldron. Were they trying to cook her alive? Before she could make a run for it, sticks covered in strange quills raked across her skin. Her horror was deepened by the appearance of mysterious bottles bubbling with purple goo. She squeaked as they were dumped right over her head. Tales of potions, wands, and forbidden incantations whispered about in the dark corners. See, that's not smooth enough. Tales of potions, wands, and forbidden incantations whispered, whispered in dark corners invaded her mind. There we go. Let me try it one more time. Tales of potions, wands, and forbidden incantations whispered in dark corners invaded her mind. Were the maids actual witches? Were the maids actually witches? What I ever do to you? Let me go! Please don't eat me! I don't taste good at all! Honest! Hold her still! I'm trying! Well, try harder! Ah! The maids shrieked as an explosion of bubbles splashed up in their faces. They may have stumbled back in shock, but no one in that room was more surprised than Chibi, who found a pair of purple eyes glaring a mere inch away from hers. Her guilty green gaze shifted over to the brush she had snatched, only to see another hand holding on tight. She had accidentally pulled Kaida into the tub with her. Oopsie! Chibi barely managed to squeak before hands closed over her throat, pushing her underwater. Kaida, no! The prince narrowed his eyes as each sound coming from behind the door was more suspicious than the last. But he was quick to remind himself that they were all capable individuals, handpicked by himself. Nope, that needs a comma. Capable individuals, handpicked by himself. I'm glitching. Oh, Someone triggered the thing. Wait, did I trigger the thing? Oh my god, have I been triggering the thing because I keep forgetting to shift it over to something else? Possibly. Oh my gosh. Oh, but that does help me test out a few things, my Starlings. That's actually, ow, in the wrong layer. There we go, that's better. The writing room is new, my Starlings. So I am just saying. We will work out all the kinks. Let's see. The prince narrowed his eyes as each sound coming from behind the door was more suspicious than the last. But he was quick to remind himself that they were all capable individuals, handpicked by himself. His interference wasn't needed. Oh, see, that needs italics. They are handling it. And now water was rushing from under the door, soaking his expensive boots. Badly. I feel so bad for the prince in this moment. He's a logical individual, and he's surrounded by madness. Okay, that wasn't smooth enough, though. Let me try it again. The prince narrowed his eyes, as each sound coming from behind the door was more suspicious than the last. But he was quick to remind himself that they were all capable individuals, handpicked by himself. His interference wasn't needed. They are handling it. And now water was rushing out from under the door, soaking his expensive boots. Badly. No, that sounds right. That tears it. Coco, cover my eyes. We're going in. Cover your... No, that needs... Cover your... Cover your... Of course, my liege. The chaos came to a halt as a door slammed open. The prince made his way over, unaware of the ridiculous scene in front of him. The maids had frozen like still lifes, their hands latched onto Kaida as Kaida clamped down on Chibi, whose frantic bubbles were breaching the surface. Bit too complicated. Maybe not. Let me try it again. The maids are frozen like still lives. You see, that is... Okay, I'm like... Still lives, there we go. I'm like, that needs a dash. The maids had frozen like still lives, their hands latched onto Kaida as Kaida clamped down on Chibi. Whose frantic bubbles were... Let's see, bubbles bubble. Bubbles, bubbles, toil and trouble. Whose frantic bubbles were... Yes, I sometimes do this. Gomenasai. I know it's awkward. I'm just picturing all the bubbles. What... Maybe frantic is in the way. Whose bubbles were frantically... Were frantically... Not boiling a surface. Frantically popping. You can pop a bubble. It's a bit of wordplay, but popping the surface. Nah, it's a bit too much. Bit too much on the nose, my Starlings. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for following me. Let's see, Dylan Gurdick. Let's see, Dylan-san? The cheese. The stinky cheese! I love the stinky cheese. And you said, perchance. Perchance. Perchance what? My dear starling. Oh, Sir D. Sir D! It's good to see you, Sir D. My name is Yukano. You can call me Yu-chan if it so pleases you, my good Sir D. Welcome to my writer stream. Let's see. Right now I'm working on my light novel, Chippy Night. And I am battling against great forces beyond my control, aka words. Let's see if I can tame them. My goodness. But yes, I do gaming for everybody who is new here, and I also do writing streams and sometimes pop-up Japanese language streams where I am attempting to learn the Japanese language. It's been kicking my behind lately though, so like I haven't done one lately because I'm trying to at least sound at least a little bit competent before I do stream number 2. It's a process. Indeed it does, fairest of all VTubers. Oh my, you flatter me, dear Sir D. Oh, I call you squishy pretty lady, Pura-san. Oh my. I had no idea that this was going to be a stream, you know, in which I was flattered so much by everyone. My cheeks are coloring. I write as well. Sir D, what do you write? I must know. Inquiring minds need to know. What genre is your specialty? Let's see. Poetry. Oh my gosh. I actually have a few books here that I actually wrote a lot of poetry. Unfortunately, none of it was published. But then again, like, I turned out to be more of a novelist than a poet, but it is quite the art. I do admire poets. When don't I flatter you on stream? I don't know, Pura-san. My flattery jar has been a little bit empty as of late. You know, I wouldn't mind if you filled it up. Oh my gosh, never mind me. I'm terrible this morning. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm supposed to be at least somewhat functional here. Yeah, I need to get my mind back on the words. All right, let's see. Let me take it from the top. The chaos came to a halt as a door slammed open. The prince made his way over, unaware of the ridiculous scene in front of him. The maids had frozen like still lifes, their hands still latched onto Kaida, as Kaida clamped on... Clamp down. Yeah, clamp down does better. Their hands latched onto Kaida as Kaida clamped down on Chibi, whose bubbles were frantically breaching the surface. Were frantically... it's still not coming out quite right. Bubbles were frantically... You know what? Frantically boiling the surface. I know it's supposed to be breaching. But if I see a bunch of bubbles all coming up at the same time in a hot bath, it kind of looks like bubbling, doesn't it? They're gonna think I misspoke the words though, because breaching is such a common word in writing, but I kind of like the imagery of it. Imagine Chippy being held underwater and you just see like literally just screaming bubbles. Like it kind of looks like boiling, wouldn't it? The maids had frozen like still lives, their hands latched onto Kaida, as Kaida clamped down on Chibi, whose bubbles were frantically boiling the surface. You misspelled that. The surface. I like it. I'm keeping it. When I get to the East Coast, I'm taking you out for a day. No buts. But Pura-san, I'm not sure that your chosen like mate would actually appreciate that. You're gonna have to take that up with them first. It's great to nurture different areas of writing, even if it's simply for the sake of practicing. You know what? I agree with you on that. 110%. And you know, I am a lifelong learner. I'm constantly practicing all kinds of things. You know what? It said ads about to start. I'm snoozing for 5 minutes. Haha, they can't tell me what to do. I'm having a good time. I don't want an ad yet. Let's see. Did you forget I'm Polly? That's true, Pura-san. I'm just making sure that you're Your chosen is, like, also. I love that you're focusing writing and your avatar is dancing Macarena. Macarena in the meantime. It's because my throw thing actually, like, it's actually got, like, I don't know why I made the throw button. Ow! Oh my gosh. I literally need to change it, but I just haven't had the time, or I keep forgetting that it's like, that's a problem. Now that I'm doing writer streams, like, I'm just saying, because this is my very first one, my Starling. I've definitely got to change it, because it's gonna be wrong. Oh my gosh. Because it's not supposed to be doing that. She would encourage a date of any kind. So desu ka, Pyota-san? Well, I'm just saying, that's for the future. Oh, look at me putting all of that right there, heaven's sake. We're frantically boiling the surface. As Avoria lectured every last one of them on their outrageous behavior, a silent conversation was had. Coco glanced from the bubbles to Kaida in alarm, only for the maid to double down, throttling even more air out of her captive. The head maid's eyes reached for Kuma's, but the stoic girl was more interested in watching the murder that was taking place right in front of her. In desperation, she locked gazes with Kame's, but there was nothing there but daydreams of chasing butterflies and fields of flowers. And fields of flowers and rainbows. Coco took a slow, deep breath. Forgive me, my prince. You see, this needs to be in italics. Okay, there we go. I have some notes here about what I'm supposed to be doing. So Coco is going to have to move over to stop them, but the thing is, she's going to have to release the prince's eyes, okay? This is not good. She's the only thing standing between the prince and his innocence, okay? He told Coco, his most responsible maid, to keep her hands clipped over his eyeballs so that he can't see anything when he goes into that bathroom while they're bathing Chibi, his newest knight, and give them a what for? So they'll stop their shenanigans and get shite done. But the thing is, though, Coco's got to do something or Chibi's gonna drown. So she's like, forgive me, my prince. Let's see. Coco. Wait, I have Coco up there, too. Coco took a deep breath. Forgive me, my prince. Let's see. Light breached the royal's eyes. No, not quite like that. I want to focus more on him, because the thing is that, like, it literally is such a surprise to him, you know, like, he can see again, okay, because he didn't expect her to take her eyes, like, her hands off of his eyeballs. Let's see. Forgive me, my prince. Light breached the royal's eyes. No, it's got to be more sudden. It's got to be more poppy, more snappy, more sudden. Let's see. And that date would involve drowning you in ice cream. Pyota-san, I do appreciate that, my Starling, but you're looking at someone who's lactose intolerant. Can't have no ice cream. Which is sad. I used to love ice cream. Cruel fate. No ice cream for moi? Let me get out of this robe. It's getting too hot. When I say it's getting too hot, it's too hot. Alright. There we go. That's better. Let's see. It all happened so fast. Now if I do that, it will literally... It's gotta be more sudden than that even. Let's see. Because first he's got to be blinded, and then he's got to notice. Light blinded the royals. Blinded the royal as... because it's got to... you see, I got to move that button. I'm making myself a note right here. Move. Throw. Buttons. You nut. There. Let's see. Lactose intolerant. Wait, lactose ice cream exists. My brother is lactose. Why is everybody I know lactose intolerant? I mean, I'm not the only one. Why are... You know what? Humans had milk for, like, many, many years. Why is everybody only now becoming lactose intolerant? I don't get it. Let's see. It's good to know I'm not the only one, though. Feel bad for everybody else, though. Should be just bad enough that I can't eat it. Let's see. Yeah, like that. Had eyes over. And, oh, God, my arms are all stretched out. What happened? I'll have to readjust myself. There we go. Forgive me, my prince. Let's see. Light flooded. That's the right word. We're dealing with water analogies, my starlings. So, light flooded. Light flooded in. As the prince's only shield. As the prince's shield. Dropped. Nah, maybe that should be reversed. As the maid... See, this is the part of the writing process. See, I've just got to find the right thread. If I can find the right thread to pull, it's all going to flow naturally. It'll be like kicking dominoes down. Oh, hello there. Let's see, your name is... mythical Marshy. Marshy-san. Hello, Marshy-san. How are you doing this morning? Hello. Also, around 70% of the world is lactose intolerant. Oh my God, then why is everyone drinking milk? That's awful. It's much more rare to not be than to be lactose intolerant. That is crazy. Wait a second. Is everybody around me lactose intolerant, but they don't know it, and they think their illness is because of something else? That's crazy to think about. I feel bad for them that they don't know what's wrong with them, but at the same time, maybe ignorance is bliss? Hey, they get to eat cheese pizza, okay? I don't get to eat no cheese pizza, and it makes me very sad. Oh, I miss cheese. It's not even the ice cream I'm upset about. It's the cheese! I'm not lactose. Pure-san, you are in the rare 30% then. According to Marshy-san, you're very, very lucky. Let's see. As a maid. No, it's gotta be more sudden. As a shield. As a hands, yes, as a hands shielding the royal's eyes. As a hand, yes, there we go. There's a thread. I see it. Must follow it. As a hand shielding the royal's eyes dropped. Ah! Gotta change that button. The light. The light flooded in, revealing a scene. Revealing a scene that he never wanted to see. As a hand shielding the royal's eyes dropped, light flooded in. Yes, light flooded in, not daylight. Here we go. As a hand shielding the royal's eyes dropped, light flooded in, revealing a scene that he never wanted to see. Stop that! You'll kill her! Let's see. Here we go. I'm glad I write myself notes. Coco leading the charge. All hands. All hands were on deck. Hauling the irate. Fireball off of the newly minted knight. With Coco leading the charge, all hands were on deck, hauling the irate fireball off of the newly minted knight. I like that. Newly minted, irate fireball. But then again, it could be too many... How do you say? Yeah, it's too many beats. Irate fireball, newly minted knight, newly minted knight. Yes, I do count these things. It does work. And this is a writer hack, my starlings. This is the secret to a good flow. It's like music. Any kind of writing is just like music. It's got to have the right amount of beats in it to make it sound good. I'll read my other message, Yukano. Wait, I missed something? What about some homemade fudge? Is it gluten-free, Pura-san? I'm just saying, my starling. I'm gluten-free, lactose-free. Aspartame has to be at a minimum as well. I miss my soda pop! The problem is if like, my doctors will have a field day. I have to be a goodest girl, or I'm gonna get in trouble. Ice? Wait, what ice? What did I say? I can have ice! I actually, like, have a snow cone machine at home. Put a little bit of, like... Okay, it's artificial as heck. It's blue raspberry flavoring. Don't tell my doctors. I'm not supposed to be eating that. Let's see. Hey, it's a flavor that reminds me of childhood, okay? I love blue raspberry. Turns my lips and teeth blue, but I don't care. Let's see. Let me take it from the top, my starlings. As the royal lectured every last one of them on their outrageous behavior, a silent conversation was had. Coco glanced from the bubbles to Kaida in alarm, only for the maid to double down, throttling even more air out of her captive. The head maid's eyes reached for Kuma's, but the stoic girl was more interested in watching the murder that was taking place right in front of her. In desperation, she locked gazes with Kame's, but there was nothing there but daydreams of chasing butterflies in fields. In fields of flowers, and rainbows. You know what? It's too much. But daydreams of chasing butterflies in fields of flowers. Let's see. Daydreams of chasing butterflies in fields of flowers. Now that might be too short. But there's nothing there but daydreams. But the daydreams. It could be the. But there was nothing there but the daydreams of chasing... No. But there was nothing there but daydreams of chasing butterflies. You know what? Call me crazy. She's not the type to chase butterflies. It's a character problem, not a word problem. But there was nothing there but chasing daydreams... No, but daydreams of chasing rainbows in fields of flowers. But there was nothing there but daydreams of chasing rainbows in fields of flowers. Doesn't sound right. But then again, she's just very... Kame is a very unusual person. Okay, she wouldn't be chasing butterflies. She's very eccentric. She's very short. And she's, well, sometimes she is selectively mute. And she'll also, like, imprint her speech off of, well, she'll kind of imprint her speech off of usually Kaida's. Kaida's a little taller than her. And the thing is like, if Kaida says something outrageous like, and then we went to war, Kame's only response would be, war. She literally finds a word out of Kaida's sentences and uses that just as an agreement. She doesn't say much at all, but there is going to be a chapter, my starlings, that I'm going to love. That she literally, like, she says the most she's ever said, and the most she'll ever say in the entire book. And it's very important because it shows that she's not a dumb person. Kami's not dumb. She's actually, like, very smart, but the thing is she doesn't talk a lot. And she's got the right to not have to talk if she doesn't want to talk, okay? She stays selectively mute until she actually has something she actually wants to say. It's just who she is. Hey, would it be okay if I ran a sentence by you to see if it rolls well? Oh, Marshy-san, feel free to. Actually encourage that. I want to hear from other writers, my Starling. Let's see. The headmaid's eyes reached for Coombs. Trust me, it's so important the way it rolls off the tongue or the mind. Let me try reading it in my brain. See, it sounds right on the brain, but it doesn't sound right on the tongue. It's got to sound right in both, because some people read aloud and some people read silently in their heads. But there is nothing there but daydreams of chasing. Daydreams of maybe she wouldn't be chasing. Kame, tell me a little bit more about yourself, darling. Why aren't you chasing butterflies or rainbows in fields of flowers? What is it about you, Kame? Let me think to her personality. Everything I know about her so far. Talk to me, dear. What are you daydreaming about? Cloud gazing, that's the problem. She's not chasing anything, my Starlings. She's a very quiet, person. She wouldn't be chasing. But there's nothing there but daydreams of cloud gazing. And what else would you like? She doesn't really have any hobbies. Not really. She follows people around, but she's not a people watcher. She's a silent presence. She's always there, and she only talks when she has something to say. And she's very small. But there was nothing there but daydreams of cloud gazing, and no, cloud gazing should be secondary. Of something and cloud gazing. Or maybe daydreams of a warm day. Ah, so someone doesn't like the winter, huh? There's nothing there but daydreams of warm days. And white clouds. Huh. My Starlings, I'm just saying, I do listen to my characters. I know it's the weirdest thing. Some of us can hear our characters. Some of us can talk to our characters. It's a weird writer's trait. I don't make the rules. Some of us don't work that way, but some of us do. It's just the way I do. Let's see. Lutheran shoves Malv out of the way. The dagger plunging into his side. I feel it looks good, but something about it doesn't feel right. Let me read it slowly. Lutheran shoves Malv out of the way, the dagger plunging into his side. That is a good sentence, but I would say, after the out of the way, it does need a comma. Trust me, it'll make all the difference. Because the thing is that you need to slow the reader's mind. When I'm taking it, I'm going at it too quickly, I can't, process it, give it the depth that it deserves. Lutheran shoves Malv out of the way, the dagger plunging into his side. You see how it doesn't... But if I take it with a comma in there, Lutheran shoves Malv out of the way, the dagger plunging into his side. It gives me time to process it a little more. Lutheran shoves Malv out of the way, the dagger plunging into his side. It really dramas it up, too. You're literally forced to stop, oh my god, he shoves him out of the way. Why? The dagger plunge into his side. Oh my god. It gives you time to process it. Here, let me type it in so you can see what I mean. Oh, spell right, please. Out. Okay. I gotta get that button changed. You see it? Lutheran shoves Malv out of the way, the dagger plunging into his side. Oh my gosh, that is a great sentence, by the way. You did good, Marshy-san. It just needed something to slow the brain down enough to take note of the gravitas of the situation, that this was serious. Shoves him, and then what happens? It plunged into his side? Oh my god. Now the next sentence that you post is going to make or break it, to be completely honest with you. The sentence before doesn't matter as much, but what you post right after this one is going to set the pace for the entire rest of this chapter. But that's just how it goes with me. There I am, just talking from experience. Sorry. It's your book. You can do with it whatever you want. I'm just saying. That's just what my brain's telling me. Let's see. Back to what I'm doing. The headmaid's eyes reached for Kuma's, but the stoic girl was more interested in watching the murder that was taking place right in front of her. In desperation, she locked gazes with Kame's, but there was nothing there but daydreams of warm days and white clouds. But days and days. But there was nothing there but dreams of warm days and white clouds. Interesting. Oh, Pura-san, you spun the wheel. Excellent. Let me just get that. Haha! And now we are going to spin the wheel of Yukano, minasan. This is going to be interesting because you guys can see more of my outfit than usual, so this might be a surprise to some of you. Eldridge Yukano. This is going to be interesting. Haven't worn this outfit in a hot minute. Let's see. I designed this one actually for a song. Has anyone heard the Pom Pom song? Pom pom, way, way, way. Pom pom, way, pom, way, pom pom. That song. Let's see. Let me just get my duds on so I'm looking fine. Very Japanese inspired. This look mixed with eldritch creatures and inspired by that music video. Perfect. And let me get back to the writer's room and get shrunk. I'm just saying, I know the eyeballs are quite the shock. I love the eyeballs and the teeth. It's a little scary. Now let me put myself over there. Let's see. Thank you so much, Pire-san, for redeeming the spin the wheel of Yukano. Oh, Lutheran is also a very petite prince, and Malv is his guard. That was also his childhood friend. Oh my gosh! Marshy-san, that is so cool. I love that. And by the way, oh, your boobs are watching us. It's kind of funny because I like when I first put this dress on, I was hoping that people wouldn't notice that. Like when I first was designing this outfit, but I'm just saying. But you know what? Considering how kind of bouncy eyeballs could be, I'm just saying it fits. It fits, okay. But Marshy-san, like Chibi Night, the story I'm writing right now, like, okay, it's a story. I haven't summarized this for anybody, have I? Alright, Chibi Night is a story of a tiny pint-sized knight. Chibi's only 4'8", okay? And, the prince. Now, the prince is actually smaller than a lot of the people around him. He's actually more lean. He's an intellectual anyways. But the thing is, she is going to be guarding him. And she's so tiny, like in a world full of like really big, tall warrior type people. But her job is to keep him alive and from assassination attempts. But the thing is, she hasn't been classically trained as a knight. And this is like her journey to getting there. So this is going to be exciting. It kind of like mirrors. I like that. I need jiggle physics for my model. Pira-san, I'm just saying, if you want jiggle physics, you should have jiggle physics. You know, that's what I love about 3D. It's very jiggly. Alright, where was I? In desperation, she locked gazes with Kame's, But there was nothing there but dreams of warm days and white clouds. White clouds drifting by. Ah, I think we did it. But there was nothing there but dreams of warm days and white clouds. Dreams of warm sunny days. Ah, warm sunny days with white clouds drifting by. That's it. But there was nothing there but dreams of warm days. Wait, sunny days. Doesn't need to be warm. She likes it sunny. But there was nothing there but dreams of sunny days with white clouds drifting by. I think we got it. And yet. But there was nothing there. Nothing but. Aha. But there was nothing there. Nothing but dreams of sunny days with white clouds drifting by. We did it! Ah, it sounds great! Coco took a slow, deep breath. Forgive me, my prince. As the hands shielding the royal's eyes suddenly dropped. Quickly. As the hands shielding... As hands. No. As the shields. No, as the hands. I know where I want to go with this. I just got to find the right threads. Huh. Lutheran is often found in the royal gardens with a book, sitting under a tree, and Malv, he's more of the brooding type, standing always near. Ah, I love the brooding types. I love that type of character. I actually have like one in Chippy Night too, like the prince's mentor, like Riam, like he's actually like, he's the brooding type, but you have to understand, he wasn't always like that. I need flashbacks of him to when he was younger. I mean, there was a time, my Starlings, when he was all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, you know, and just delightful. A delightful youth. But the thing is, though, is that life got hard, and shite hit the fan, and he was the only one pulling stuff together, you know, and like you know, he has a very dark backstory. It's very deep, and the thing is that, like, it turned a really happy, young, bright, like, knight into what he is now. The prince's guardian is like what he ended up becoming. It's not like he doesn't like his position. It's just that he's constantly on high alert because he's worried that the prince isn't gonna make it. I mean, the prince is somebody that the entire world's trying to pounce on, and his knight, the one guarding him, is the one trying to shield him from all of that. But Riam, the problem is he knows he's not going to be able to be there for the prince forever. So that's where Chibi comes in. Let's see. Let's see. Take it from the top. Ah! There's a false space in between, how dare. Wait. Alright, fair enough. I'll do it this way. I hate when it creates like a fake space. It's not supposed to be there. I'll paste it here. And space it twice. That should fix it. It did not fix it. I'm just gonna have to live with it. Huh. Oh, maybe if I... What is causing that? Oh, well. Gotta live with it. Let's see. Something light flooding in, revealing a scene he never wanted to see. Something revealing a scene he never wanted to see. As, let's see. The hands shielding his eyes. His eyes dropped. Aha. The hands shielding his eyes dropped, revealing a scene he never wanted to see. Too many he's, too many hises. The hands shielding as... Yeah, but then again, I wanted it to be more sudden, and that makes the suddenness of it correct. Let's see. But as for where the prince spends his time, he spends his time mostly in his wing, and he does read a lot as well. But it's very serious reading. You see him sitting there poring over, like, stuff that he thinks, you know, would make him a better prince. It's kind of sad, really. He doesn't, like, read fantasy novels or anything. He reads a lot of military strategy kind of, like, books. He's just trying to do his job well, but, you know, no one appreciates it. The hands shielding his eyes dropped, revealing a scene that he never wanted to see. Shielding his eye. Revealing a scene the prince never wanted to see. One more time. In desperation, she locked gazes with Kame's, but there was nothing there. Nothing but dreams of sunny days and white clouds. Oh, wait. Nothing but dreams of sunny days with white clouds drifting by. Coco took a slow, deep breath. Forgive me, my prince. The hands shielding his eyes dropped, revealing a scene the prince never wanted to see. Perfect. It's got the snap. It's got the suddenness. That's exactly what I wanted to see. All right. Stop that. You'll kill her. With Coco leading the charge, all hands were on deck, hauling the irate fireball off of the newly minted knight. Let's see. What other notes did I write for myself? Okay. Okay, nice note. Let's see. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. I knew it. You're all trying to get me. Then again, she's been through worse. Nah, she wouldn't accuse. It's just not Chibi's nature. She's the type that accepts whatever that comes to her. Life has not been easy for her either. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. What she was met with was her employer. Nah. I'm so close to the end of this chapter. Oh, Lutheran, the way I picture him in my head, he's around 5'3", maybe 5'2", curly, bright blonde hair, and he looks to be around 90 pounds. Then when he's next to Malv, who's 6'4", flat brown hair, around 215 pounds, there's a noticeable difference. Also, yeah, I know Lutheran is underweight, but he gets so enraptured with his books he forgets to eat unless Malv forces him to do so. Oh my goodness! I love the dynamic. I love it. I'm a hopeless romantic for those kind of like those kind of like, you know, I can't say pairings, but, you know, like finding those two characters in the same vicinity as each other. Those two types makes me very, very happy. Oh, I just realized something. Oh my gosh, I'm such a featherhead. You guys can't see what Chibi looks like, and the prince. You'd think I would have had that somewhere on here. Let me find it. Where is my art? Ah! Take over the whole screen, why don't you? Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me shrink it to size. Here we go. That right there is the prince. He actually doesn't have an actual name. There's a lore reason for that. But people just call him the prince. And it's so funny because I have a joke that works in Japanese or English because I really want it to be translated into Japanese someday. Okay, The prince's name is Prince because he wasn't given a name. So everyone just refers to him by his title. Well, the thing is, though, when Chibi, like, the joke is when she says Prince, like, everybody assumes that because she's an urchin and she's, like, not of royalty and she doesn't have any manners, they always assume that she's calling him by his name. And they don't even know if she's calling him by his title or not. So the thing is that she keeps being, like literally scolded for calling him by his name. Oh my gosh. And the thing is, the prince finally gets fed up with it. And the thing is that he's like, it's fine. And everyone goes, like, Nane! Like, they're like, what? What do you mean it's fine? You know, and he's like, she can call me by my name. But she's the only one. And he's like, because I'm tired of this exchange. And he looks at her and he says, you. And she's like, huh? And he's like, you can address me by my name. Do not abuse that privilege. And she's like, you know, everyone's like, and she's like, of course, Prince. And she's just so thrilled, you know, because she'll stop getting like snatched up, you know, like, and like yoinked, you know, because like she calls him like Prince, and everyone's like, how dare you like neglect his title? But it works in Japanese as well, my starlings, and here's the reason why. Because the thing is that like in Japanese, his name would be, you know, everyone would call him Prince-sama. Like literally, they're like Prince-sama, Prince-sama, Prince-sama. You know, like, and she'd be like, because she's an ignorant, you know, like street urchin, she'd be like, Prince! You know, and they would be like, how dare you not call the leash by his title? You know, and everything, so it still works. And the prince would be like, he's like, I'm tired of this exchange. And he's like, my name is my title. And he's like, she's the only one who can call me by my name. But nobody else has that privilege. Only her. You. And of course she'll be, and he'll be like, and he'll be like, you're the only one who can call me by my name. And she'll just be like, yes, Prince. She'll be so excited. No more getting into trouble. She's my fave now. Oh, Pierre-san, you mean Chibi? Isn't she adorable? She's just so cutesy. And I love the way the prince came out. And yes, he's got a tiny crown on his head. That's also lore specific. I mean, everything about his outfit is actually, like, everything about both of their outfits actually has to do with their lore, my starlings. I'm just saying. I love, like, and like her dress and everything. I can't wait to get to it. I cannot wait to get to it. But I gotta get back to work, or you guys aren't going to be able to see any of it. Because it won't exist. Alright, let me just put all this back over here. Oh, wait. Or do you mean my outfit's your fave? I'm just so absorbed in the story. Let me see. Let me get my writing page back. Forgive me, my prince. The hands shielding his eyes dropped, revealing a scene the prince never wanted to see. Stop that! You'll kill her! With Coco leading the charge, all hands are on deck, hauling the irate fireball off of... No, doesn't need of. Off. That's what's going on. It's too wordy. With Coco leading the charge, all hands were on deck, hauling the irate fireball off the newly minted knight. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. After... Yes, after coughing up some bubbles... Her vision cleared to reveal... Wait, no, because reveal's already up there. No, you can't do that. It goes against the rules. Yes, I have a whole list of rules I set for myself, my starlings. I can't help it. I gotta keep myself on track. Also, I have been a cheesy also, I have a cheesy sentence, but I can't read today. What's the matter with me? Also, I have a cheesy sentence, but it worked so well in the moment I was writing. Marshy-san, there's actually nothing wrong with cheesy sentences. Like, literally, the whole point is you have to spice up your literature, okay? You have to rub spices into the meat of your story. There's nothing wrong with some cheese. Everybody likes cheese. Let's see. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. After coughing up some bubbles, no, it's too wordy. Let's see. Her vision cleared. Her vision cleared to... Can't use the word revealed. You know what? This is when we use the internet to our advantage. See, another word for reveal. That'll help me find something else. Divulge. I like that word, but only in sentences. It's harder to use, like not sentences, but speech. Like, imagine if someone came to the prince and said, I have something to divulge. That would feel very appropriate. But when I use it like in a light novel for people's light reading, it just feels too much. The gravitas is too much, my starlings. With Coco leading the charge, all hands were on deck, hauling the irate fireball off the newly minted knight. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. No, that helps. Okay. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. After pawing the water from her eyes. Yes, that's... Okay, I like the vision that provides. It's just so cute. It's just pawing, you know, like... After pawing the water from her eyes. Then again... Not so sure that's how it should go. Oh, Nevermore-san. Hello, my starling. Thank you so much. I stumbled on my own words. Thank you so much for coming to my stream, Nevermore, my starling. Good evening, my friend. May the dead rabbit watch over you and bring you good fortune this day. Arigatou gozaimasu. I could use all the good fortune I can get. And thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Let's see. See, I got so excited. I stumble over my words when someone new comes around. I'm like, yay! Oh, my pleasure. Thank you kindly for the warm welcome. Arigato. Oh, and by the way, my name is Yukano. It's very lovely to meet you, Nevermore. Oh, and you can call me Yu-chan, if it so pleasures you. Wait, I'm going to say please. Freudian slip. Goldman. Nah. Spicy tonight. That's my problem. Lucerin plucks a rose before handing it to Malv. A single rose can be my garden. A single friend, my world. Yep, it's cheesy, but you know what? If someone said that to me, you know, like, I'd feel very romantical. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's see. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air, after pawing the water from her eyes. Let's see. No. Let's see. I could say a cough and a burp. Oh my god, I could just imagine her, like, she's full of water and bubbles right now. Oh my gosh. That poor thing. You have to understand, my starling, she almost drowned. I can just imagine what that feels like. My goodness. Oh, Nevermore-san, thank you so much for following me. Arigatou gozaimasu. Welcome to the stars. Let's see. The room went silent. Yes, the room went silent. No, that comes afterwards. Aha! Chibi coughed. Chibi coughed up bubbles, quickly pawing the water out of her eyes and preparing for the next attack. Because she views herself under attack, my starlings. I mean, hello, she was almost drowned and she thought they were trying to cook her before. Yes, there we go. I found the thread. With Coco leading the charge, all hands were on deck, hauling the irate fireball off the newly minted knight. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. Gasping desperately. Yes, gasping desperately for air. I know I spelled that one. Misspelled that one. My stars. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping desperately for air. Then again, it could be too wordy. You know what? I liked it before. There's more urgency. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. Yes, the urgency. You see, my starlings, here's another writer's trick. Yes, you know, it does well to add flavored text words. But if it slows down a quick-paced scene, then it's not good enough. It's literally just, it's putting shackles on the ankles of your story and dragging them down. You gotta speed it up when it comes to really fast, like, paced things. Like, for example, fight scenes. I tend to cut my sentences more short, my starlings, because I wanted to feel the urgency. Bam, bam, bam. And it's like a dance. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Everything has a rhythm. Find the rhythm of your story, my starlings. Let's see. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. Chibi coughed up bubbles, pawing. Nope. See, I slowed it down again. Chibi coughed up bubbles, pawing the water out of her eyes, preparing. But it does need a fast word. Pawing. Chibi shot out of the water, gasping for airs. She has no time to cough up the bubbles. Hastily. Chibi hastily pawed the water out of her eyes, preparing for the next attack. But the room went silent. No, that still comes afterwards. Something comes in between. But it never came. Chibi hastily pawed the water out of her eyes, preparing for the next attack. But it never came. Instead, the room went silent. Yes, the room went silent. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, Lucian is the one who's more pursuing of romantic feelings than Malv. But Malv is so focused on his duties, he's too blind to notice the flirtation. You know, I've been accused of that. I've been accused of like literally, like, they're like, you're like in the Matrix, Yukano. I'm like, huh? And they're like, they're trying to flirt with you. I'm like, they are. And they're like, you're like Neo, just Neo, dodging the bullets. And I'm like, I'm just focused on other stuff. I can't help myself, my starlings. I just, you know, I'm really smart in some ways, kind of dumb in other ways. And when it comes to flirtation, I just realized Chibi's the same way. Looks like my character has inherited something from their author. Chibi but you have to understand, the special thing about Chibi, this is why, I mean, everything is lore specific in my stories, my starlings. There's never a reason, like, there's never a just because in any of my stories. You will find all kinds of connections to other pieces of the book, and if you really dig in, you'll see that there's a reason why for everything. Every little thing has a reason. Well, Chibi, the reason why she's kind of flirtation blind is because she spent her entire life in survival mode, my starlings. All of it in survival mode. When you are worried about where your next meal is coming from constantly, you're literally in a race between you and starvation. For most of your life, you aren't going to be worried about romance. I mean, that's why it doesn't click that there could be people who are interested in her, because she's completely out of the mindset of that. She's got to get into it later. That's got to come later. I'm the same way, totally oblivious to such things. Never more, son. It seems I'm not alone, am I? And I don't do it to be hateful. I tell everybody, if I'm not acknowledging your efforts and advances, I'm not noticing them. I'm sorry. You got to be painfully blunt with me. I get so awkward when I get flirted with. If I knew I was being flirted with, I just wonder how I would react. I'd like to know myself. Oh my goodness. Okay, I must refocus. This is too amusing. This is a serious scene. Well, kind of. Chibi hastily pawed the water out of her eyes, preparing for the next attack. But it never came. Instead, the room went silent. Let's see. She found one face, then another. She found one face, then another, but they all seemed to be staring in shock at something ahead of them. She found one face, then another, but they all seemed to be staring in shock. No. They all seemed to be captivated. That's a good word. They all seemed to be captivated by something just ahead of them. No, that's not it. Let me have a sip of tea. I become lost in my own little world. Nevermore-san, I really think it's a writer's trait. I just think that we're not all here. We have one foot in reality and one foot in this world. As I'm writing my Starlings, you're actually standing in my world right now. It's really interesting. You're inside my brain. I literally have pulled you in. And we're just enjoying this moment together. Let's see. When we usually spend it solitary. She found one face, then another, but they all seemed to be captivated by something. No. But I'm really close, though. Let's see. She found one face, then another. But they all... But they were all captivated. There's no seemed about it. They are. But they were. But they were all captivated. She found one face and another, but they were all captivated by something ahead of them. Finally, she spotted the prince. The prince, whose normally regal presence was deluded by the dumbstruck, yes, look on his, something, his, okay, that should be inverted. All right, let me see. With Coco leading the charge, all hands were on deck, hauling the irate fireball off the newly minted knight. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. Chibi hastily pawed the white water out of her eyes, preparing for the next attack. But it never came. Instead, the room went silent. She found one face, then another, but they were all captivated by something. Nah. She found one face and another, but they were all captivated by something. You see, that's just not quite right. Junji Ito! I love Junji Ito, Sir D. Oh my goodness, another Junji Ito fan. Nice to meet you indeed. Yeah, I love this look. Like, it was actually inspired by this music video, like, from ages ago. Has anyone ever heard the Pom Pom song? Pom pom way way way, pom pom way pom way pom 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 way way way, pom pom way pom pom. That song, that Japanese song. It was like everywhere, like 10 years ago. I remember it from when I was much younger. But yeah, the thing is though, is that like I always loved it and always wanted to do like a love letter to it, an homage to it. So I designed this outfit. It's kind of like a nod to it. And I love this dress. I love the eyeballs, the chains, the teeth. I mean, it's so that music video. Plus, I did a short with it in it. Oh my gosh, I had tentacles everywhere. It's awesome. I need to make an ocean outfit so I have an excuse to put tentacles everywhere. I mean, I love octopus and you know, any kind of cephalopod, cuttlefish. I love them. The giant squids. Let's see. Though I'm not going to go swim with them in the ocean, okay? I do have a survival instinct as opposed to popular belief, okay? Although I am inclined to sometimes walk into traffic. I don't do it on purpose. I'm in my own little world. Also, there's a spicy scene that I planned out, and it doesn't go the way you think of who's in charge, I guess you could say. Ara. Ah, I see the kind of writing that... If I wasn't on YouTube as well, like I'm streaming on YouTube as well, I'd feel more inclined to discuss this. But I know what you mean. Let's see. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. Chibi hastily potted the water out of her eyes, preparing for the next attack. But it never came. Instead, the room went silent. She found one face and another, but they're all staring. No, but they're all captivated. Nah, captivated is not the word. But they were all bewitched. They were all bewitched. Finally, she spotted the prince, who's normally... Nah, it's gotta be bewitched by something. I need a subject. But they were all bewitched by something. Beyond? By something... All bewitched. Line of sight, let's see. By what was just in front of them. She found one face and another, but they were all bewitched by what was just in front of them. By what laid before them. She found one face and another, but they were all bewitched by what laid just before them. But then again, it's not proper English. By what lay. But they were all bewitched by what lay before. Just before them? But then again, I'm digging into old world English when I do that. I'm not sure if I'm allowed. That's the past. This is the present. She found one face, then another. You know what? This goes a little unorthodox, but I'm going to put a period there. I'm literally trying to create tension. Shorter sentences, my starlings, create tension. Little writer's trick. They speed things up and create tension. Horror books are known for doing that. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. Chibi hastily pawed the water. See, water and water, that's not good. Pawed at her eyes. This speeds it up too. Good. The urchin shot out of the water, gasping for air. Chibi hastily pawed at her eyes, preparing for the next attack. But it never came. Instead, the room went silent. She found one face, then another. But, they were all bewitched by what lay before them. There we go. You would be surprised how much punctuation can change everything, my starlings. She found one face, then another. But they were all bewitched by what lay before them. Finally, she spotted the prince, whose normally dignified presence was diluted by the dumbstruck look on his regal features. You see too much. Finally, she spotted the prince, whose normally dignified presence was diluted by the dumbstruck look on his face. Yes. Finally, she spotted the prince, whose normally dignified presence... Dignified... Then again, it is a presence, but I'm not sure I want to use that word. It might muck up the next sentence. Presence, other word. Existence, that's even worse. Bearing, stance. Deportment? Really? That's a replacement word? I wouldn't think deportment would replace presence. Aura. Finally, she spotted the prince, whose normally dignified aura was diluted by the dumbstruck look on his face. It's the right number of letters. Aura. But then again, it doesn't suit his nature. Aura is usually a word I would use with somebody who uses magic, my starlings. Or someone who is, you know, very nature-oriented. Or, you know, like somebody who, like, believed in, like, you know, the esoteric or, like, aliens. Or like, you know, who was an angel or believed in angels. Things like that. But the problem is that the prince is too practical for that word to suit him. Air. Finally, she spotted the prince, whose normally dignified air was diluted by the dumbstruck look on his face. But then again, it's kind of lost its meaning, and it kind of belongs in antiquity, that word, for this kind of situation. I'm doing a light novel, not a proper novel. I need something else. Finally, she spotted the prince, whose normally dignified poise. Whose poise was diluted by the dumbstruck look on his face. Because I can't use dignified with poise. It just doesn't work, my starlings. Oh, I don't always do scenes like that, but sometimes it's interesting to try them out to see if they fit with the story. You know what, Marshy-san? I'm actually writing like a story, but the thing is that everyone's gonna be really disappointed because it doesn't actually have any really spicy scenes in it. I focused on romance. Yeah, I actually have the word presence here, but it just doesn't hit right. It just doesn't hit. Something's wrong. It might even be the word presence. Let's see. Finally, she spotted the prince, whose normally dignified presence... maybe normally is the problem. Because I like the word presence. That fits for a prince. Finally, she spotted the prince, whose dignified presence... that was it, my starlings. It wasn't the word presence that was the problem. Excellent. Yeah, thank you for that, Marshy-san. You helped, like, spur that something was wrong, that this was what was wrong. Oh, by the way, we do have an ad break coming up, my starlings, in 50 seconds. I'll see you after the ad break. Finally, she spotted the prince, whose dignified presence was diluted by the dumbstruck look on his face. There we go. And now, have that from last time. Let's see. Pink? That's it. Let's see, 957 words though. My, this is a short chapter. This is not usually my usual. I've usually waxed too long. This is a short one though. Should I continue it? Let me think. You see, if I leave it at pink, it's literally going to be a cliffhanger. I think I should leave it at a cliffhanger. I don't like to pad my chapters. Let me see what I had written down for this. I have actual summaries of the next chapter to help me remember what I'm doing. Yeah. It would actually not be well to continue it. Like here, I kind of want to cliffhang. I hate when I do that, but you know, I kind of love when I do that as well. Like, oh my gosh. Those poor people, they're going to be waiting for it. They're going to be like, whoa, I need to know what happens. And then they actually like have to like read the next one. They can't wait for the next day because it's too delicious. They have to know. Inquiring minds need to know. But yeah, the whole cliffhanger is literally after like Chibi finds his face and the prince is staring at her and he goes, pink? Okay, because her hair is pink. But my starlings, like, you'd have to read the chapters before this. It actually, like, it looks black at first, but it's actually pink hair. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is going to, like, make people, like, break all of their promises to themselves that they're going to actually get in bed early and they're actually going to do the responsible thing because they won't be able to stand it. They literally will not be able to heckin' stand it. They have to know what happens next. And so they're actually going to stay up for the next hour and read the next chapter because it's going to be... The next chapter is going to be explosive, okay? Now, the beginning of this chapter was like, you know, like, let me see. The very beginning of this chapter... Yeah, it was really explosive, you know, and then it was like, you know, like action, 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 and then foreboding. I slowed everything down. You know, like, and literally clipped the sentences shorter to be like smack, 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 smack. Quick and snappy. And then finally slowed it down to creeping. Like there's something behind you in the dark kind of creeping, but you don't know what it is. Because it's foreboding. Like, literally, after the chaos happened, like things slowed down and, like, everybody, like, went silent. Everyone's staring. What? What's happening? I mean, we know that the prince is staring too, but it's what's up the road? And then when he says pink, I mean... I'm hoping that'll make people stay up and have to read the second chapter, like the next chapter after this one, because they won't be able to go to sleep without knowing what's going to happen. I mean, that's the value of cliffhangers. It keeps you reading, doesn't it? But yeah, what happened during the scene where Lucerin, wait, am I saying that right even? Lucerin saves Malv is when the entire war starts between them and one of the neighboring kingdoms. And Lucerin saves Malv before Malv takes the injured Lucerin and flees to save him. That's going to be a really, like, how do you say, action-packed scene. Be sure to, like, you know, like, juice up those sentences. Let's see. And you know, like, make them fast-paced. Yeah, well, then again, if that's only your style, I'm just saying. You know, like, you gotta grip them. You gotta grip them, my starling. I want them to keep reading your scene. Anyways, though, wow, an hour and 39 minutes. Well, it's about time for us to conclude this stream. Thank you so much for, well, joining me, minasan. And, good grief. I really appreciate everyone who's, like, stuck with me today because, you know, I just woke up, so, like, I'm a little groggy and my words are a little slurry, you know, and I'm just kind of, there's not enough caffeine in the world, my starlings. But thank you so much for sticking with me. Hopefully, the new people here will catch me on a more articulate stream. But like I said, I also do gaming, like on Fridays usually. Oh, that reminds me. Let's see. Let me just type this into the chat. I do have a YouTube channel, my starlings, so if you'd like to check that out. I have the old streams, like, on there, like, you know, recorded and categorized. And I also have different video essays, like I did an essay on, just recently, like, Has Been Hotel, like Adam, like if he would be happier, you know, down below. And I also do a lot of reaction content as well. I tend to, like, go off the beaten trail. Like, I know that a lot of other people do more mainstream stuff, but I've been doing a lot of SCPs lately. And, well, let me just look at my catalog so I could tell you about it. Oh, I did mouthwashing. I played mouthwashing just recently. I've been doing a lot of, let's see, FNAF stuff. You know, that is more mainstream, but FNAF versus, like, Dead by Daylight, because I'm a huge Dead by Daylight addict, so I've been doing that kind of stuff. Oh, I did a video essay about Kiki's mom being my least favorite Studio Ghibli character, and I welcome debate on it, so if you want to check that out. Oh, I've also been like, okay, there's this group called the Merkins, and they cosplay as like different like horror like tropes, like Ghostface and such, but like they do a lot of musicals, so I've been reacting to that. So I'm just saying, oh, and how could I ever forget? I do a lot of Team Fortress 2 stuff. So it's a bit of a mismatch. I got like all kinds of stuff on my YouTube channel, and we're actually at, as of right now, let me reload it and take a look. I'm really excited. 904 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody who subscribed. We're almost to 1,000, so if you'd like to join me, you know, and help me out on my 1,000 journey, I'd really appreciate it. Let's see. And we have a Discord. So if you would like to join our happy community, we have all kinds of interesting characters over there. And of course, we'd love to have you. Oh, Marshy-san, thank you so much for joining me. Arigato for subscribing, my starling. Huh. Looks like my alert's still not working. I'm gonna have to work on that later. Gomenne. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's my YouTube. That's my Discord. And, oh, how could I forget? I do have a Patreon as well, so if you like to see my YouTube stuff come out super early, I do have some exclusives in the works. Feel free to check me out there as well. I'd love to have you. And I believe that's everything for tonight, my starlings. Let's see. As for everybody, and my YouTube people especially, never ever ever forget, my starlings. I love you, and I'll see you later. Bye. As for my Twitch people, let's go raiding. It's my favorite sport. Because I'm not good at sports. So let me have this. Oh my gosh, you will not believe who's on right now. Thinker Bella. Oh, she's singing. Oh my god, she's doing karaoke. She's got 6,000 people watching her right now. Oh my gosh, I remember when Thinker Bella, like, oh my gosh, I remember when she was much smaller. Oh, she just, amazing voice. We gotta go see her. Alright, let's start the raid. Oh, Real Switch Cat, you said we can always unban the innocent. Better to obliterate a big chunk of chat to get a baddie than to let them sit in there. Oh my goodness, Cat-san. You gotta be careful that way of thinking. Like, oh my goodness. Set to follower only chat. Follower for 20 or more minimum. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go raiding. Here we go, my starlings. See you all later. Thank you so much for coming to see me. I love you. See you later. Bye.